past several weeks have focused on preparing students for academic outcomes that will translate into future success in career, college, and the world outside the classroom. In order to provide students with a solid academic foundation, it is essential that they feel safe and nurtured in the school environment.
We are fortunate to have a strong and long-standing partnership with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office and our local municipalities. This affords us the opportunity to work proactively and, when needed, to react swiftly. We have applied for and received grant funding and have had the support of our local Board of Commissioners to place a school resource officer, or SRO, at each of our traditional school sites. These officers are uniquely trained to work in a school environment, with a primary focus on being a visible and positive daily presence. We also collaborate closely with our law enforcement partners to prepare for crisis management. Readiness and response are important for schools as we deal with potential unknowns, and development of individual school crisis plans is a critical part of the process. We conduct regular school drills as ongoing preparation for real-world scenarios in areas such as lockdowns, inclement weather, bus safety, and fire safety. We also engage in tabletop exercises, practical opportunities to talk through and strategize over a variety of scenarios that may occur in the school setting. This allows our school leaders and law enforcement to operate on the same page and to be prepared to coordinate an effective response. Franklin County Schools has also demonstrated an ongoing commitment to utilizing local funding, and in some cases, grant funding, to support our efforts to improve and expand upon security equipment. This year, we received a $315,000 safety equipment grant that will allow for continued security camera upfit for our campuses. In addition, we are in the process of completing a lock and door upfit on our external entrances and are increasing and upgrading our outdoor lighting at all school campuses and facilities. Buses are also a safety priority, and we have installed cameras on all of our yellow buses. GPS tracking systems have been placed on all of our entire bus fleet.
As a district, we recognize that students must feel safe and secure in order to make learning a priority. To accomplish this, we must focus on meeting the non-academic needs that may create barriers to student success. The best way to prevent disruptive behaviors in the school setting is through proactive measures. We implement positive behavior interventions and supports, PBIS, as a structure to provide students with clear behavioral expectations in the school environment, and in turn, rewarding positive and appropriate behaviors to reinforce these expectations. In addition, our elementary schools and one of our middle schools have implemented trauma-informed practice teams. These teams have been trained to understand how trauma and stress can affect learning so that they can respond more appropriately when inappropriate behaviors are manifested.
Despite our best efforts, there are times when inappropriate behaviors take place in the school setting. In response to those behaviors, we have developed and implemented discipline matrices to create more consistency in disciplinary consequences across all schools. We utilize Educator's Handbook, a digital tool for tracking and analyzing student discipline data to input incidents when they arise. These tools make it easier for us to have discussions at each level regarding high incidence behaviors and to share strategies for response and management. As a district, we also recognize that it is important that students learn from their mistakes, and implementation of restorative practices can be powerful in conjunction with standard disciplinary consequences. This can be as simple as having a student acknowledge their behavior and taking a positive action. For instance, apologizing for taking something that did not belong to them or for saying something hurtful to someone else. Students have the opportunity to share information with us in the event that they have safety concerns, either for themselves or for others. We have implemented an application called Say Something, an anonymous reporting app for threats of violence or of students' self-harm that is available for all of our secondary schools. And we have an internal FCS anonymous tip line for our elementary schools. These tools coordinate district leadership, law enforcement, and emergency management staff to provide our students with 24 hours access to assistance.
We have also begun efforts with our district equity team. This work is focused on better understanding individual student needs and eliminating barriers to success for our students so that we are providing each and every student in our care with the opportunity to be successful in college, career, and life. For example, we have identified that many of our families do not have adequate access to the internet in their homes. During remote learning, we were able to provide over 900 internet hotspots to families in need. Food insecurity is also a challenge in our community. We have been fortunate to be able to provide students with over 2 million meals free of charge since the pandemic began in March of 2020. In addition, our community partners, such as �𝐚𝐭'𝐬 have helped outfit individual school backpack buddies and food closet programs, giving families an opportunity to access food for weekends when school breakfasts and lunches aren't available. All of the work that has been described thus far, focusing on college and career readiness, academics, and creating a safe and nurturing environment, is possible thanks to the hard work and dedication of the staff of Franklin County Schools. Next week, we will share more about our recruitment and retention efforts as we discuss our next goal: recruiting, supporting, and retaining high-quality staff.